In late September 2025, Johnny Depp made a rare and the highly talked about return to the Paris during the Fashion Week, this time in connection with the Stella McCartney runaway show. It was a striking moment for the fans, fashion insiders, and the media alike, as Depp's presence blended the celebrity allure with a statement of the support for the designer known for her environmental and the ethical commitments. A high profile return to the Fashion Week, Depp's appearance to the Paris Fashion Week was particularly notable because he has largely kept a low profile on the fashion circuit for the decades. His attendance at the Dior Spring Summer 2026 runway show earlier that week, his first such engagement at the Paris Fashion Week in over 30 years, signaled comeback to the front row spotlight. At the Dior, he spotted and opted for the casually elegant ensemble, a double breasted grey blazer over a checkered shirt, paired with the dark jeans and the pant, splattered boots, and completed with his trademark fedora and the sunglasses. But the moment that captured the headlines was his stop at the Stella McCartney's presentation held at the Centre Pompidou in the Paris. There, Johnny Depp was seen wearing a black tweeted suit with a separate scarf, showing a more tailored look that elegant with the redefined and refined tone of the McCartney's brand. The designer and her ethos. Stella McCartney's Paris show was not simply a fashion event, it was framed as a manifesto. The collection was prompted as 98% sustainable and 100% cruelty free, aligning with the McCartney's long-time advocacy for the ethical design. Her runaway blended sartorial references, deconstructed tailoring in 90s silhouettes, upcycled denim, while introducing the innovative materials such as the favors, a plant-based alternative to the feathers, and the PureTech, a fabric designed to cleanse air pollutants. This show opened with the actress Helen Mirren reciting the Beatles' Come Together, setting an activist's tone and reinforcing the McCartney's thematic emphasis on the unity, humanity, responsibility to the planet. Among the audiences were leading names from the film and the culture: Robin Wright, Dylan Penn, and Johnny Depp, who took a seat in a what quietly and quickly became one of the most remarked front rows of the week. Depp and McCartney's a subtle, sympathetic bond. While Depp is chiefly known for his cinematic work rather than fashion, his attendance at the McCartney's show did more than create buzz. It seemed to signal a mutual artistic respect. Backstage, he was photographed with the McCartneys placing a supportive hand on her back as they walked together. On the social media, fans commented on how beautiful it was to see Depp backing McCartney's ethical vision. This was not Depp's first connection to the McCartney. Over the years, the circles of the film, music, and the fashion have created overlaps in their public lives. But this Paris appearances marked a visible and the intentional moment. An actor with the cultural weight aligning himself with the designer who values go beyond the aesthetic. Symbolism, statement, and the speculation. Why did Johnny Depp choose this moment to show up? The timing suggests more than the merry fandom. For one, his renewed visibility at the Paris Fashion Week coincided with his long-term partnership with the Dior. He has been the face of the Dior Sauvage since 2015 and renewed that contract in 2023 in one of the largest deals in the men's fragrance history. By attending the McCartney's show, Depp lent the celebrity gravitates to a brand pushing the sustainable and cruelty-free fashion, an area gaining the momentum in both industry and the culture. In doing so, he positioned himself not just as a guest but as an emblem of bridging Hollywood and conscientious culture. Additionally, Depp's approach to his public appearances has shifted in the recent years, favoring smaller, meaningful moments over the bombastic publicity. His presence at the McCartney's show felt like the red carpet spectacle and more like considered gesture of the solidarity. Media reactions and the fan response on this. The press coverage was swift and enthusiastic. Many outlets highlighted the rare public appearance angle, noting how depth attendance elevated the evening's importance. Fans and fashion commentators alike applauded the pairing. Depp's mystique and the McCartney's ethical mission created a compelling juxtaposition. On the social media, photographers and the attendees shared the images and the reels capturing the moment of the Depp and the McCartneys together, emphasizing the emotional weight for their interaction. Of course, the fashion world is nothing if not speculate. Some interpreted Depp's visit as branding support, perhaps hinting at the future collaboration or the mutual vendors. Others saw it as a cultural signal that even the Hollywood icons are increasingly aligning with the sustainability and the social ethics in the art and the fashion. Broader implications. This appearance may have the multiple ripple effects. Fashion and the celebrities' alliances. Depp's attendance helps the blur line between the star power and the ethical fashion. His presence at the McCartney's show may encourage other celebrities to participate more actively in sustainable fashion narratives. The designer has long championed cruelty free materials and responsible production. Having a name like the Depp at her show brings the extra visibility to those values, particularly given today's climate conscious consumer base. A shift in the Depp's public persona. The event reinforces a quieter phase in the Depp's career, one where he makes the fewer grand gestures, but when he does, they carry weight. It's a demonstration of the cultural capital used with the dissection and the discretion. Fashion Week narrative with countless shows vying for the attention. McCartney's event stood out the thanks in the part of the Depp's cameo. It understands how a single celebrated figure can transform the narrative around a runway presentation. Johnny Depp shows stepping appearances at the Stella McCartney's Paris presentation was more than just the celebrity sighting. It was layered in confluences of the aesthetic values and the symbolism. His return to the Paris Fashion Week, his poised presence in the McCartney's front row, and there was a warm interaction backstage, all points to the moment where art, conscience, and the star influence intersected. In the season saturated with the designer reveals and the celebrities' cameos, Depp's decision to attend the McCartney's presentation felt purposeful. A note to the evolving dialogue between the glamour and the responsibility, whether this will pave the way of the further collaborations or the stands as a singular statement. Only time will tell. But for now, the evening in the Paris remains a vivid snapshot of the cultural scenery, ethics, and the weight a signal presence carry in the world of the fashion. So guys, if you find this video as interesting, then you have to subscribe the channel, and I wish you best of luck.